Hi, my name is Pastor Lucifer, and I am a senior research scientist with the Center for Rapid Evidence Synthesis, ECAS in Uganda. I'm here to share with you our work titled The Future of Evidence-Informed Policymaking and Knowledge Translation Research. And we are going to share lessons we learned from the process we undertook in developing our research agenda for the period of 2025 to 2030. ECAS is a knowledge brokerage institution in Uganda, and part of our work is dedicated to advancing evidence-informed policy making, reduce inequities, and improve policy outcomes globally. We are recognized globally for our significant and pulpable contributions to the field of evidence-informed policy making. And to ensure that we maintain the position we hold in the period of 2025 to 2030, so we set out on a journey to develop a strategic roadmap that will be guiding us in that endeavor. And this is a structured research agenda that aligns with the emerging challenges and opportunities in the EIPM landscape. So the process we undertook had three phases. One, we did a desk review of the global EIP landscape. So here we did a review to understand research priorities for that period among EIP practitioners, the funders, and networks and associations like the Africa Evidence Network. So we got a list of research priorities from that review. Then we undertook a survey among evidence users and evidence EIPM practitioners to further understand their research priorities, what their research priorities would be for the period of 2025 to 2030. After that, we undertook a priority setting exercise to identify the highest priority research areas, and the criteria we used included aspects around appropriateness, relevancy of the research area, the feasibility of carrying out that research area, the likely impact if we go ahead and do that research, what would be the likely impact, and how the research areas align with our strategic direction, and that is our mission and our vision. And from that, we generated a list of research areas that we are going to look at next. So the research areas included: one, institutionalizing EIPM, and here we are looking at activities, endeavors around embedding evidence use in public systems. Two, integrating implementation science in EIP. So here we are looking at enhancing feasibility of evidence-informed strategies, and also enhancing the contextual relevancy of these strategies, especially in areas where our evidence includes provision of implementation options. Three, and we looked at leveraging AI to enhance evidence generation and use. So here we are looking at exploring the potential of artificial intelligence in automating tasks within this space, and how we can use it to improve data and information systems. Four, we are looking at advancing inclusivity and equity in evidence synthesis and use. So here we are looking at investigating strategies that promote the inclusion of diverse populations in evidence synthesis and use. The other area is in integrating data and diverse data and evidence sources to supplement findings from literature review. Yes, so we are looking at approaches that we can use for integration of these data sources, like primary data, lived experiences, and indigenous knowledge to supplement findings from literature review. Then strengthening communication, trust, and uptake of evidence for decision making. So here we are looking at exploring innovative strategies to improve communication of evidence, to enhance how it is perceived, especially by the general population, and how strategies that can improve uptake among the the diverse users of this evidence, policymakers, and the community at large. Then seven, we are looking at scaling and assessing the impact of EIPM strategies and policy outcomes. So we are looking at developing and evaluating frameworks for evaluating EIP strategies on policy and practice, and as well we are looking at strategies for adopting these strategies and how they can be scaled up. So the last area is strengthening institutional and individual capacity for EIP. So we are looking at initiatives that empower both researchers and policymakers and the institutions within which they work in KT and EIPM. So I'm going to share lessons we learned from this process we undertook. So you might also want to undertake this process to come up with a research agenda for your institution. So we are going to see the lessons that we can get from the process we undertook. One, it is really important that you use a structured, iterative, and a participatory methodology. And this should integrate perspectives of funders, practitioners, and evidence users. So when you do this, it will ensure that your agenda is not just ambitious, it is still pragmatic and really contextually grounded. The next lesson is it is really important to conduct a systematic landscape analysis of what is going on within the EIP field. So mapping the initiatives of other players is not just an academic exercise. It is really important. It helps you to identify gaps. It helps you to see ongoing work so that you avoid duplicating efforts, and also ensures that your work remains relevant to the global evidence ecosystem, so that you don't repeat work that has been done already, Yes. So lesson number 3, an effective institutional research agenda must be a dynamic, living document. So the EIP space evolves rapidly, and to maintain relevance in this rapidly evolving field, it requires periodic lightweight updates to respond to emerging trends. Then you should also have a plan for a scheduled comprehensive review to allow your institution to pivot if it is necessary based on how the landscape is evolving. Our last lesson is we must have a customized prioritization criteria. Yes, we can adopt ranking criteria from other sources, but it is really important that we include institution-specific strategic elements to ensure that the priorities that we get are aligned with the short-term and the long-term direction of your institution. Yes, so those are our lessons, and it's really important that we consider them so that our research agendas are relevant to the space and are relevant to the institution within which we are working. Yes, if you want to know more about this work, you can reach me on this email, and I'll be happy to have a discussion. And if you need any help in guiding you how to undertake this process, reach out and we shall be able to help.